Studio guest with Lori Jock.
She has been called an original, a remarkable actress, funny, lewd, unnerving, a one-woman spectacular whose time has arrived. Whoopi Goldberg is truly a theatrical phenomenon. But before you meet her, we're going to meet her act.
No, really, wait, okay? I mean, really, okay, wait, okay, I totally... Okay, I'm a surfer, okay? And, I totally love to surf. People are always coming up to me going, are you a valley girl? And I go, no. Okay, really, because, I'm a surfer. And before there was the mall, there was the ocean, okay? Right? Okay. So, I totally feel, at one, with the ocean, because, it has water, and there's water in my body, and I totally feel, aesthetically cool, okay?
Welcome, Whoopi Goldberg. That was also Whoopi Goldberg, but a different Whoopi Goldberg.
Well, that was someone else. This is Whoopi Goldberg. That was somebody else.
And that is one of many people you meet when you go to see your show on Broadway.
So they tell me.
I had this I thought it was a funny image when I left your show, which I thought was just fabulous. I had this image of you with a shirt on, with blonde hair, being Joanne Woodward playing the Three Phases of Eve. I think that if that movie gets remade, that you should be cast in that part.
Yeah. Well, I'll let them know that.
Okay.
I'll tell them that.
In fact, so much has been said about this future that you will now have because you're a star. Suddenly, everybody...
As opposed to the future I didn't have before,
right.
Yes.
You're now going to be a movie star, they are saying. What kind of roles do you think will be there for you?
Oh, there's probably all kinds of strange things to do. The roles I hope that'll be the ones that are good. I don't care particularly how big they are, but as long as they're good, I'm into doing them. I like to have a good time when I work.
Well, that's obvious by your show. For those of you who haven't seen Whoopi Goldberg on Broadway, what you will see when you see it is you'll meet a number of people, fabulous, wonderful people that many people don't often meet.
Well, they meet them and keep going really
Meet them and
fast.
keep going, but this way you really get to know them. Fontaine, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about Fontaine.
Oh, he's just this, he's a junkie who is more than a junkie, but to the eye, he's just a straight out-and-out junkie. He also has a PhD in literature. And he goes to Europe and gets his mind expanded by not a drug, but by human experience.
The thing that struck me, one of the many things that struck me, was that, in fact, that's the twist. I mean, all of the experiences, all of your characters have that twist. I mean, it's not enough to make us laugh. We meet the junkie with a PhD. That's very funny.
Why?
But then the junkie with the PhD, why? Because we don't think of a junkie having a PhD, and you make us laugh at that. But then you also make us laugh at things that aren't funny, and then the character becomes so well-rounded that we don't know what we're laughing at anymore. I mean, we're laughing about Anne Frank, and yet we don't really want to be laughing, but we do. And then seeing Anne Frank, who Fontaine encounters in the history of the Holocaust through her memory, we're hearing and seeing and reliving the Holocaust through a junkie. I mean, to be part of the audience is a wild experience. I mean, it's wonderful.
Well, it shouldn't, the thing that is so funny to me about what's happening is that the people who they are encountering, people forget that junkies were not born junkies. There are whole histories that go through people, and junkie does not necessarily mean that you have no kind of insight. It's just people's myopicness about certain degrees of things. So that's what shocks people, is the fact that it never occurred to them that this person might have gone to school and in fact did and got a degree that he can't use because there's no work. So in his words, he stays high so he doesn't get mad about it, you know. And it's like the handicapped lady, you know, people forget. Handicapped people feel, they see, they make love, they run and jump and do all the things that normal people, as we call them, do. And it's only what people are getting is a less of a myopic view on the world, which is what the work is about.
That is that, do you have a purpose? I mean,
Do I have a purpose?
do you have a purpose? Is your purpose to show people the other side? That a cripple is not just a cripple. That a cripple has feelings. That a junkie is not just a junkie. That the Valley Girl isn't just this vapid, staccato speaking young girl, but that there's pain and angst and along with the humor.
Probably more than anything else is I want people to realize that the trips that these different characters take, all that happens is they make discoveries about themselves, which I hope is something that will encourage people to make discoveries about themselves. The other side of it was a desperation move. I'm very good, I'm very versatile, but it's very hard to keep that in people's minds when what they see is this dark skin, you know, and they
With
think,
a Jewish
well,
name.
you can't do... Yeah, I mean, that is, it surprised me, especially in New York, that people are so shocked by that. People forget Sephardic Jews are all over the world.
I just keep wanting to say Whoopi Goldberg.
Well, people call me Whoopi, Vapi, you know, it goes along. It's a nice blend of theater and some comedy and political satire, but it is really, I hope, an enjoyable evening for people in the theater.
Oh, it sure is. And you're going to be on until March, and then the show is down. So if you haven't seen it, see it. And an album is coming out next week with 4 of your characters?
Oh, I'm not sure who's quite on there,
Yeah.
but a lot of the characters from the show are on there.
Okay. Thank you, and good luck.
Thanks. And thank you both. After the break, some sobering thoughts on alcoholism.